Hey Siri, current weather.
It's currently cloudy and 34 degrees.
So big difference, huh? We went down to 34 now. I'd say it's probably down to 30. It's windy up there, man. I can hear it. Didn't expect that. I thought it was just going to be cold. And I didn't expect it to be windy. So I'd say it's probably 30 or even a little bit colder. So we're down to 0 now. My shoulders were out of the sleeping bag, so they were a little cold. Oh. My hands aren't. Nothing's cold on me. You hear that? Cars have stopped. And I guess everybody's back. Everybody's home now because of how cold it got. And I guess what's going on. One thing I find you do when you're sleeping on a mat is you'll get into a comfortable position, like be curled up a little bit, kind of like in the fetal, but you're not in the fetal, and you don't move because your body says it's warm. So then, what ends up happening is the knees start hurting a little bit. You gotta stretch them out. This is something that you need to train your body. Hear that? Here it comes. This is a wicked test, man. Oh. But my gear is handling it. I'm extremely warm. I just happened to wake up because the tarp's flapping around. So I thought I'd turn the video back on. I hope the stop motion is working pretty good. Ooh, easy. But like you'll see nobody do is they don't test their gear. Even your high-end YouTubers don't do it. I've seen high-end YouTubers that will say, "Oh, we're in the snow, we're out here," and you know they're not. They set everything up, they run back to the cars, and then, well, time to make a video, time to run back. That's what they do. Now I'm hoping the stop motion works out pretty good, so this way you can see it's true. But this tarp is something else, I have to say. We got some pretty adverse conditions today, from rain to wind to temperature dropping to it's funny, the last time I did that, what was it, 40? And now we're down to 34. Hey Siri, current weather?
It's currently cloudy and 34 degrees.
Yeah, we went down to 34, so it never said anything about the wind, though. And I don't want to drink any more coffee or water because that's just going to make me want to urinate. So a lot of guys carry a bottle so they don't have to go out there. I don't have a problem with that. Oh. I'm so tired. I can hear the wind. Oh boy, I can hear it. I don't hear nothing. No cars, no nothing. I asked my son if he wanted to come out. He said, No, I'm good, Dad, I'm good. I said, Sir, you should practice with your gear. No, I'm good. I asked my wife. She said, No, I'll be watching the hockey games. She's got this thing for the hockey games. Watches like 4 teams. She's even bought some jerseys. She likes them fighting. That's what she likes. She knows all about them. How long they've been married. She loves watching them. Every night she watches hockey. And if she likes 4 teams, and if all of a sudden there are 2 or 3 or 4 are playing, she'll switch between the games to see the score to keep track of them. I'm like, oh my God. I've never liked hockey or sports at all, period. I figure if they start paying me what they pay them in the sports, then maybe I'll watch. They make a ridiculous amount of money. Oh. Yeah, everything's doing pretty good. All right, I'll get some more sleep. I'll be back later. Cold, man. Hey Siri, what's the current temperature?
It's 33 degrees outside.
Current temperature with the wind chill?
The wind chill is currently 22 degrees Fahrenheit.
What a difference from the wind, huh? 22 Fahrenheit.
It doesn't
Yeah.
look windy. About 12 miles per hour right now.
Thank you, Siri.
My pleasure.
I got this up around my shoulders now. Originally I didn't. I do squirm. You lay on your back. You grab your sleeping bag almost down by your butt. And then you kind of lift up your butt and pull. And your sleeping bag starts to come up higher. And you start to sink into it. You got to do it 4, 5, 6 times. And then the next thing you know, you got lots of sleeping bag. Now, you don't want to stick your head in here. Okay, don't do this. Never do that for a sleeping bag. The condensation and the heat from your breath, it'll kill you. You want to make sure you keep your heat up, your face out, and you're breathing into the air. If you're worried about your face, then wear some type of mask. Is what you can do. But I have another face mask that has 3 holes, 2 in the eyes, 1 in the mouth. There was a guy on YouTube sleeps in a hammock. He gets down to minus 40, and that's Celsius or Fahrenheit. He's in Minnesota, and he designed it where he had a bib that attached to the line above him that came down to protect his equipment. And as he slept, he would breathe on this little piece of material. And sure enough, when he woke up in the morning, it was all covered in condensation and frozen, which now he's protecting his gear. He made that for himself. I've also noticed some of the air in my pad has gone out. And it probably hasn't gone out. It's just because it's gotten so cold that it's like your car tires, where you got to put more air in them. You might want to check your tires in the morning and see how they are. But the wind chill of 22 Fahrenheit. I'll throw up the Celsius so you guys know. But you know what's amazing about this is you would think, it would be a horrible sleep, but this has been one of the best sleeps I've had in a long time. I don't know what it is about the cold air, but when you're sleeping outside, it just feels really good on the body. It really does. The hardest part is being warm. The nice thing about it is because it's Western Mountaineering sleeping bag, and I've only got a pair of long johns on, which is like the waffles, like the Army wears, and a merino wool shirt, long sleeve. It's very thin. And then I have my jacket on, and it's extremely warm, very warm. So that's really nice. You also have to consider, okay, just because you got a Western Mountaineering sleeping bag costs you $1,000, you have to consider, okay, you want to keep that dry because it's down. So I have the tarp for that. And then you have to consider, what about your body? You never want to sleep in what you walk in. Like when you're walking, you sweat, you perspire. Um, those clothes you don't want to sleep in. You want to have actual sleeping clothes. So my long johns and my merino wool shirt is basically my pajamas. So that is what I will sleep in. Having nice, clean clothes to sleep in is very, very important. And you'll see a lot of people, they'll talk about, when they make their get home bags or whatever they're making. Well, I got my pot, I can make an MRE, I've got a flashlight, I've got my knife. You really need to break this down into sections. When you build a sleep system for winter, you really need to look at it and say, okay, these are the clothes I'm going to wear. This is the tarp for the tent, and break it all down. Now, I could shave off a lot of weight here. You take, for example, tarp is 2 pounds, made out of nylon. Polyester is heavier. Now, I could go to a Cuban fiber, or they call it something different now. But it's a different material, Dyneema. It's a different material that's super, super light. So you can literally get it right down to ounces, under a pound for your tarp. And it's way bigger than this. Well, almost the same is what you could do. But it's not as pretty. It's not that woodland camel I like so much. So that's kind of interesting. This particular Thermarest pad weighs almost 2 pounds because it has down in it, which in turn keeps you warm. And then you figure, and I don't even remember what I paid for it. It's like a 7R rating or something. My son's pad is even made to go colder, but he likes that pad. But then you figure your sleeping bag. Now, a lot of people buy quilts because when you have a quilt, there's nothing under you. Well, that's when your pad takes over. And then you just have your quilt on top of you. A lot of people prefer that. And Western Mountaineering sells those too. And that's because when you lay on top of your sleeping bag with down like this one, you're killing the heating properties, is what they say. But there's a little more cushion, right? So that's kind of nice too. And you aren't moving when you're sleeping. So where the down is squashed, yeah, there's no heat there, but the pad's generating heat. But when you move a little bit, and now that that part of the sleeping bag puffs up now you got heat there, right? So that's the nice part. Amazing. But this is why you test your gear. Go out in your yard, and I tell you to go out in your yard like I'm doing now, because you don't know. You could have a failure. Something could happen. You might have bought a cheaper tarp, and it rips, or something goes wrong. The time for something to go wrong is now, because what do you got? 20 steps to the house? That's very important. Because once you get out there and you put a pack on and you walk out there, you want to know the gear that you have is going to take a beating. And it's not about knives, it's not about pots or any of that fancy stuff. It's about just staying warm. That's it. Stay warm. You can go hungry, just stay warm. And I am a little hungry. It's probably my body telling me that it's cold and it needs to eat to generate warmth. Because when you eat, you generate heat for your body. Your body's like a furnace. And that's why you stay warm in these particular items. Now, a lot of times you'll see homeless people that will drape plastics over their tents. Then they'll drape blankets over their tents. They're trying to create insulation, and they're trying to bring it up, 5 or 10 degrees inside their tent is what they're trying to do. So their tents have to take a beating. And they're always set up on sidewalks, which is concrete. I don't know why. Concrete just sucks the heat right out of you. Unless they got some heavy duty insulation down on that concrete, like 4 or 5 rugs, cardboard, and a pad. I mean, maybe they're layering it to keep warm. But, and they're putting everything inside a buggy, right? So, a cart from the store. So now weight really doesn't have that much of an issue. To where I'm trying to get the most warmth I can for the least amount of, the money I need to spend. And I didn't want to spend $1,000 on a sleeping bag. Who does? But I started to realize that as I get older, because I'm 61 now, I like to be warm. And how many 61-year-old men are doing this? I don't think there's too many. This is probably what keeps me young. Probably why I'm not using a cane or, any of these other things or walking bent over. I mean, every time you put your body through something like this, you're also conditioning your body, which to me I think is very healthy, is what you're doing. So, it's also a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to push your gear like this, test it, and see what it can do. I'm confident, like tomorrow we're going to be even colder, so I'm going to come out again tomorrow and see if this system can handle it. Now, it would be fun, later this, probably in January, who knows, before that, we get down to single digits. Now, that would be one hell of a test, wouldn't it? You see, the idea is you can't choose when you bug out. You can't choose when you get home with your get home bag. I mean, it's not like it's going to happen on a 70-degree, beautiful day. Anytime I ever got a flat tire on the highway, it's always been pouring rain or it's freezing or, there's been nothing good about it. It's never been a beautiful day. It's why the equipment I have in my truck, I can literally change the tire in less than probably 2 to 4 minutes. Because when you're on a state highway, you're risking yourself from getting knocked off. So I got a full-size jack in the back of my truck. I can slide that under, pump that truck up so fast, it's unbelievable. And believe it or not, I've even tested that. Oh, yeah. I've tested putting that truck up, take the tire out, pull the tire out the bottom, put the other tire on just to see how quick I can do it. It's not something that, it's something else you should actually practice with. A lot of people have donuts. Their tires are in the trunk in the back. I mean, you got to be able to get to them. And do you check your tires? I mean, I got a real tire that sits underneath the back of my truck. I mean, every 6 months, I got to take that down, check the tire, see if it's dry rot, anything's gone wrong with it, and keep an eye on that. You got to keep an eye on. It's funny with the wind chill, eh? It's funny how far it drops. Hey Siri, what's the weather?
It's currently cloudy and 33 degrees.
So that didn't change. And what's the weather with the wind chill? Oh, she shouldn't talk. Hey Siri. Hey Siri.
Mm-hmm.
What's the temperature with the wind chill?
The wind chill is currently 21 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, it went down. See that? Thank you, Siri.
You're welcome.
Isn't she nice? I'll catch you guys on the next one, man.